by a few feet.
How do you still get your name mentioned all the time?
Porque a ti te gusta mucho el dinero.
You're just too penny pinching to bribe the media to mention your name.
But I wasn't paid as much as you.
Sí, es posible. Es posible. Según mi opinión,
Yeah.
sí, un piloto.
I don't think all drivers race for the same reasons.
Algunos van por la gloria.
Some race for glory,
Por el dinero.
some for money, and some race out of passion.
I agree with you, but I think you've only told half the story. I think there's that terribly important quality of the desire, the will to win, the passion. I think also the concentration. I think you've got to have great concentration on what you're doing.
Concentración.
Sí,
Sí.
exactly.
Eso normal.
I think there are two different types of driver. There's the born driver, like Jimmy Clark, who one day found he could drive a car and he was fantastic. And then I think there's the made driver, like Graham Hill, who, because he had the desire, the will to win and for the, what he was after, he worked hard and made himself into, one of the world champions.
Un piloto, sí.
Yeah.
Un vuelta,
A
dos
good
vueltas.
driver can do his best time in 2 or 3 laps.
Otro piloto necesita 10.
Other drivers need 10 or even 20 laps on a course before they can approach the time the good driver did in 3 laps.
Well, the cars of the 50s were quite different to the 80s because they were very much more sensitivity because the road holding wasn't as good. When you take a car like this Jag, you could feel when it was getting near to the limit, and it depended on your ability as to what action you took. Whereas I think modern cars, particularly with ground effect, you didn't get nearly the warning that we got with these type of cars.
Yo no sé porque yo no he manejado los coches actuales.
I can't judge because I've never driven one of the modern day cars.
En mi época, el 75%.
But I can say that in my era, it was 75% the car and the technicians, and 25% luck in the driver.
El piloto y la fortuna.
I think the talent is not more or less to drive a modern car. I think it is different. I think there is equal talent in one or the other. I do believe that the standard of talent overall is higher today than it ever was. In other words, if you take the top 20 men in 1980 or 83 or whenever, that is higher than the top 20 men of 1950 or 60 as an average. But I don't necessarily think that the very best is any better than what was before.
Villeneuve ha muerto físicamente,
Villeneuve has departed physically,
mas no ha muerto en el recuerdo de todos los automovilistas del mundo.
but in the memory of the drivers, he remains here with us.
Y para mí ha pasado a formar parte de los grandes del automovilismo.
In my opinion, he will also remain as a member of the family of the truly great drivers in auto racing history.
Sí. La palabra autorizada de Ferrari
Mr. Enzo Ferrari, who is an authority on such matters,
cuando lo calificó
has compared Villeneuve
como nuvolari,
to Taslo Nuvolari.
que en la época de mi juventud
Nuvolari, in my younger
era el
days,
ídolo
was the great idol.
que todos pensábamos imolar alguna vez o parecernos a Nuvolari.
All drivers wanted to equal the great Nuvolari.
Era
Although small in
pequeño
stature,
gigante.
he was a giant.